Hey, welcome back. I'm Mike. You might know me better from Twitch as Big Blue D. But one thing that really bothers me, we're getting right into this. The English language. What happened to it? And the reason I ask is because we basically um, we've made up words that don't mean anything. For instance, bay, um, lit fam, um, trying to think, boo. These are the kind of words that aren't words, but everybody is using them. Okay, and it's just, and then not only they're doing that, but they're using shortcuts. We're getting so lazy and so uneducated as a society that instead of typing I'll talk to you later, they type out TTYL. Now, I'm sure, there's going to be a bunch of you that see this and you'll say, well, I was in a hurry or I was trying to get somewhere and needed to respond quickly. There is no hurry. There is nowhere you need to be so quickly that you can't spend the extra half of a second to type the entire sentence. There's not. There is no excuse for it other than supreme laziness. And you're probably thinking, well, wait a second. I'm sure you use it, Mike, right? Like, I'm sure you use these same shortcuts. No. No, I do not. And I can proudly, say without a hint of, of lying or untruth, whatever, uh, I don't. I type out everything the way it's meant to be. And I don't use made up words because made up words aren't words. They're just words that kill. No, they're false illusions that kill the real English language. When I see someone say something like, yeah, me and my bae or me and my boo are going to a concert, it makes me ill. Like, no, you and your girlfriend or you and your boyfriend are going to a concert. There's no such thing as a boo or a bae or a bae or a boo or a bae boo or a boo bae. Well, I mean, maybe not the last. I do like boo baes. Right, guys? No. Anyway. Um, so yeah, I mean, why do we allow ourselves and the people that we care about, why do we allow them and ourselves to like fall into this lazy status quo? The English language, well, any language for that matter, language is art. It's like it's a magical thing. This is how we communicate with each other. This is how we relay our feelings and our emotions and our thoughts to each other. And when you start butchering that, when you start taking it for granted, when you start killing it because you don't treat it with the reverence and the respect that it should have, um, it's heartbreaking. It really is. You go back and you read some Shakespeare or Robert Frost, um, you know, someone on that level. Not what the hell? Shel Silverstein. Um, You read these writers, poetry, you know, stories. They didn't use these ridiculous words. And here's the thing. When you start like using something so much it becomes part of the vocabulary. Now that's the thing. Here's the argument some of you may make. Well, some of these words are real words. They were added to the dictionary. Oh my god. No. No. That's a problem. It's not a good thing. When you start adding words that aren't real words to the dictionary, when you start changing the language, that's not a good thing. You know, do you want to start replacing words like expediently with, um, let's see, fast? FAS. Fast as shit. We're not going to get there expediently. We're going to get there fast. I'm not even going to add the T to it. We're not even going to say fast. We're fast. Fast as shit. Now, are you really going to want your kids to grow up not knowing words like expediently and instead saying things like fast? Fast. You're going to get there fast. Like, no. Just no. Like, what happened? When did we become so lazy and uneducated? Like, when I was growing up, and you're going to hear this phrase from me a lot, probably, in all the videos. I'm sure I've said it a few times already. But it's true. When I was growing up, this wasn't an issue. We went to school. We learned our words from books. From the people around us, usually our parents, some TV, hell, even comic books. Comic books actually taught me how to read a bit. Like when most kids were reading about, see Spot run, see Spot jump, I was reading about Spider-Man trying to save, an alternate universe from a space-time continuum prolapse. So like, you can learn real words from pretty much anything with a page. And then somewhere along the line, after I, wasn't a kid anymore, somewhere along the line, someone thought it was a good idea to just spout a random word, and someone else thought it was a good idea to start saying that random word. And it caught on. And then more words were made up, and they caught on. And then smartphones came out. Well, not even smartphones. Cell phones with texting, ability came out. And we stopped with the phone calls first. And then we decided to kill words altogether by cutting them in half. And I'm sorry. Friends, family, I love you. But if you're reading this, or not reading, if you're watching this, and you do the shortcuts, if you do the TTYL and, TY and STFU and OMG, all that does is exacerbate the whole thing. I will say I have been guilty of the OMG. That's probably the only shortening thing I do is the oh my god. But even with the laughing, I try and do the ha 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 ha, because that's what I'm doing. I'm laughing. The laughing out loud doesn't even make sense. If you're laughing, it's gonna be out loud. You don't sit there and go. Nobody does that. It's so irritating. Oh my god, I'm getting angry while I'm doing this. Um, but so yeah, start actually using real words. You know, keep your brain from dying. Most importantly, keep the English language from dying. Stop using stupid, uneducated, dumbed down doofus words like bay and boo and lit, or fam. Um, I know there's more. I had like a list in my head, and I can't think of it. Um, just treat the English language, treat your language, whether it's English, whether it's Spanish, whether it's Italian or Japanese or Bulgarian. Treat it with respect. It's the only language you got, unless you learn other languages. But either way, like, it's how we relate to each other. Language is how we relate to each other. And since we're already in a time and an era where we have a hard enough time doing that as it is, I don't think we need to be making it any harder. Do you? That's all.